Welcome everyone to Monthly Empties for February. I don't have a lot to share with you today. One of the reasons being is I'm filming my February empties a little bit earlier than I normally do. Today, the day I'm filming, happens to be February 14th, Valentine's Day, but I do need to get some of my videos planned and prepared and filmed a little bit earlier this month because my editor will be gone for about a week. So we are planning accordingly. You know that planning is something that I am very good at. So keeping the lines of communication with my editor on what works for her schedule is always very important as well. As always, everything that I share with you today will be linked in the description box below this video. You can also get to all of the items by clicking the top link in the drop-down box, which is the corresponding blog post and always your easiest place to shop from. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I do share my monthly empties at the end of every single month, and I have been doing this for a couple of years. All right, without further ado, let's get started. Like every month, I start out by showing you the Every Drop Original Beauty Spatula. This is the little tool that I use to scrape out the inside remnants of product after I cut it open. Emptied an Egyptian Magic all-purpose skin cream. I use this product for eye makeup removal. It was recommended to me several years ago by a viewer. I decided to pick it up and I've used it ever since. You would have gotten to see me use this in my recent video where I take you along for my PM skincare routine. I'll have that video linked below. As you know, I recently had halo laser treatment performed. In fact, today I am 1 day shy of the 2-week mark. My face is clearing up very nicely. I do have a video where I talked about my halo laser treatment. I will have that video linked as well. When I went to my medical skin spa to have my halo laser treatment performed, they gave me a post-procedure recovery kit by Avene. So this is now empty. I did use all of the products that were in here post-procedure. I do have a little bit more of the moisturizer, but everything else has been used up. Always on repeat, probably every single month, is the Opalescence Go Tooth Whitening System. I use about 2 of these per week. I have been talking a lot about this in other videos as well. I may do an updated teeth whitening routine, although not a lot has changed, if anything. Since the last video, it really would be just taking you along and basically just publishing a new video, an updated video. Let me know in the comments section below if you would be interested in me doing that video for you. Highly recommend this kit right here. Also emptied a Crest baking soda and peroxide whitening toothpaste. I'm not really picky about my toothpaste. I pretty much can use anything. I will say that Crest tends to be one of my favorites. I did use an Arm & Hammer line for a long time, for maybe a year and a half. But now my husband is really the shopper of our toothpaste, and I believe he picks it up at Sam's Club or Walmart. When I need a new toothpaste, I go to the stash that he has, and there's typically several tubes there, and I just grab one, but did like this. I have a chapstick classic original that I stole from my husband, and I did use this up. A little story behind the original chapstick. When I met my husband, which would have been, over 29, well, we're gonna be married 29 years this May, so pretty much about 30 years ago. When I met him, we were a blind date. He had a chapstick original on him. He had it in his pocket. He would take it out several times and apply it to his lips. He still uses this today. He cannot be without it. They are all over the place, kind of like I am with my lip balms. I do like it, but I have other ones that I use, but it's just funny that he has never deviated. He would never use a different flavor of chapstick or any other lip balm than the original. I emptied a Living Proof shampoo. This is the Restore line, one of my favorites by Living Proof. Let me also mention that earlier this month, I did a video where I shared with you beauty products, not makeup, but beauty products that I have used since prior to starting my YouTube journey. My YouTube and blog journey started in 2015. So I've been using some products since before then. I even share a hair product that I have used for almost 28 years. That is in that video. You will also hear me talk about this shampoo. You will also hear me talk about the teeth whitening trays that I use. Be sure to check that video out. I'll put a card up here so that you can click on it, but it will be linked in the description box below. There's something to say about a person, especially a woman, just because we're so notorious to be tugged and pulled into trying new products, there's really something to say when a lady sticks with something for the long haul, when she is truly loyal. And I am that person. When I love something, I just see no reason to try anything else. And this is always on repeat. In fact, I already have another one ordered. It'll probably be here by the time this video publishes. Another item that you will see in that video is my St. Ives Renewing Body Lotion. I have used this lotion for years as well. Like every month, I share my razor cartridge refills. These are the Mach 3. They will be linked, including the razor that I use. In my monthly empties, I always share supplements. Today, I have the Transparent Labs BCAA glutamine. This is always on repeat as well. This is in the sour grape flavor. Stay tuned till the end of the video, talking about glutamine and just supplements that complement our exercise routine. I do have my Fast Cleanse Fast 20-day mind and body reboot that is getting ready to expire for registration. In fact, on February 28th, that is when registration closes for the 20-day mind-body reboot. I'll talk a little bit more about it at the end. I did have a video come out on Monday where I talked about it extensively. That will be linked below, as well as a link to get registered for that. But I'll touch base at the end of this video just to kind of update you. Emptied a magnesium glycinate. Obviously, as always, anything I share with you, I've probably repurchased. If it's not something that I wouldn't repurchase, I will always let you know. Also emptied a dandelion root, already have one of these on hand, and an essential enzyme, which I always take one of these if I am going to be having a heavy meal, a meal that is loaded with sugar, or just really a standard American diet meal that maybe is going to be heavier than the average. I feel that digestive enzymes help break down that food. I always take a blood sugar support with it as well. It's a great tag team just to help you get through the processing of digesting food that our body just doesn't digest well. I also emptied a progesterone, and as you know, I take progesterone the last couple weeks leading up to when I will start my menstrual cycle. So of course I do have these on hand. Moving into the lifestyle category, this is my favorite fabric softener. It's by Snuggle. It's the Plus Super Fresh in Original. Sometimes I will share food items with you, and I thought I would share the Stacy's Pita Chips Simply Naked. These are great to go in my artichoke dip, which is so delicious. I will link that recipe below, but I love these. But I will also admit that this is not something I can keep on hand. I can snack on these plain. I don't even need anything to dip them in. They're great with hummus as well. But I had a couple bags on hand because I was stocked up, and I truly could not stay away from munching on these. One thing about me is I do not keep anything in the home that is a trigger. If I need to purchase it because we will be entertaining, I will try to purchase it right before or the week of. And typically, if we're going to be entertaining on the weekend, I'm not going to get into something that I purchased for that purpose. But if there's any leftovers, I will have a hard time staying out of those. So it's just almost better for me to throw them away or give them to my husband and tell him to take them to work. I'm very fortunate that most food items that people typically keep on hand, especially when they have children, are not weaknesses for me. I'm not a chip person. You will not see me sit around and snack on potato chips or Doritos or pretzels. Any type of chip just does not pull me in. I've never been someone or that mom that would snack on, let's say, her kids' Cheez-Its or Goldfish. None of their granola bars. I've never had a fruit snack or a Gusher or a fruit by the foot or any fruity things don't draw me in. To be completely honest with you, it's really baked goods. Baked goods. Whenever flour and sugar is merged together and it's baked, that's my weakness. And then of course, bread. If I have any type of more gourmet bread that you would use for, let's say, dipping oil, not sandwich bread. It would never happen. But I believe you bread lovers and you dessert lovers, you know what I'm talking about. It's that bready type of texture that has flour and sugar. That would be a weakness for me. If we had Italian bread because we were entertaining and I had bread left over, I am probably going to have a hard time. When I make our sweet cornbread, which is so amazing, it is the best cornbread. I'll put that recipe in the description box as well. But if there's leftovers, I can't stay away from it. So I really do believe there's a lot to say about knowing your weaknesses and your triggers and steering clear of those. But we will talk more about this if you get registered for the 20-day reboot, because in my coaching with clients, when they are working towards a goal and they're trying to either lose weight, get in better shape, or get into a maintenance window and they struggle just staying there, one of the things we always bring up and talk about is what type of weaknesses do you have in the home? Because you can be really strong in the moment, but it's so easy to fall off the wagon when in a weak moment, you know that it's there. Another item that I'm very fortunate that is not a weakness for me is ice cream. We can have ice cream in the home. You will not see me get into it. I would not get into yogurt, which to me, yogurt is not a healthy food. That's a snack. That's a high sugary snack. You wouldn't see me get into anything like that. So I am fortunate. I do love the taste of healthy food, but for some reason, even though this is in the chip category, this really pulled me in. Going back to chips though, I love a good platter of nachos, and if we have tortilla chips on hand, I will make what I call college day nachos. You know the type of food you ate in college. I will make college nachos, and I can make them so amazing. Give me some sour cream. If I had guac on hand, it would be all over. So that's a real trigger. But another item I want to share with you, this is one of our favorite salsas. It's by Garden Fresh Gourmet. It's the mango peach salsa. They do have several varieties of their salsas, this Garden Fresh Gourmet, and you can get these at most grocery stores. Yes, I can do this. You can pick this up at most grocery stores. You're going to typically find it in the deli produce section. There's one called Jack's Special that's really spicy. Their mild is fantastic, but we absolutely love the mango peach salsa. A couple of weeks ago, I had some family over. We went out to dinner, but after dinner, we came back to my home and I got some munchies out, and one of them was this mango peach salsa. And everyone that was here had never had it before, and they all loved it. So they were taking pictures of it so that they could find it by their local grocery store because they were from out of town. But my girls love it as well. If we have this on hand and they stop by and they open the refrigerator to see what I have in there, they will almost always pull this out and start snacking on it. And then generally, I will also share a couple bottles of wine that I polished off throughout the month, especially if it's one to really mention. This has been a longtime favorite. I have been purchasing this Sauvignon Blanc for years. It's Kim Crawford. It is going to be a little bit pricier. You're going to typically find this on the top shelf, maybe one shelf down, but I think usually on the top shelf. So probably between $15, $20 on sale. You could pick this up maybe around $18. And another Sauvignon Blanc, which is a wine that I absolutely love, is the Imagery, which this is good as well, but I didn't feel it was as good as the Kim Crawford. This is also a California vineyard, and when I drink Sauvignon Blanc, I like the New Zealand. Marlborough is typically where I look for it from. Even if I'm at a restaurant, I will just order a Sauvignon Blanc and I'll tell them if they have a New Zealand, I would prefer that. So thought that was worth sharing. So there's the empties. Again, not a whole lot this month. And again, it's probably more because I am filming earlier. But do want to remind you, do not delay on getting registered for the Fast Cleanse Fast. There's a lot of support coming your way, a lot of coaching. We will be jumping on Zoom a couple different times. You will be receiving emails from me, videos from me, text messages from me to help keep you on board. The 20-day reboot starts March 15th, so you have a couple more weeks. But because your first video will come in just a few days on March 1st with all of your instructions, because failing to plan is planning to fail, and you really want to plan ahead. You need to mentally plan when you are doing something for 20 days consistently, especially when we are going to be implementing fasting, yes, and a juice cleanse, a 3-day juice cleanse where you are on nothing but juice and water. In your fasting days, you're on nothing but water. So you have to mentally plan, and there's certain things that you have to have on hand to take advantage of the 20-day reboot and make it a success. That is why registration ends in just a couple more days on February 28th. Again, watch the video that I put out this past Monday where I go more into detail. That will be linked in the drop-down box, as well as the information page where you can get registered and where you can view the calendar of events so that you know when you are going to wake up with either an email from me, a video from me, whatever it is to keep you on track. I know a lot of people like to buy in last minute, and may I ask you, how often that's happening in your life and then you miss the boat? It always shows up. Guaranteed someone is going to reach out to me on March 6th saying, I want to get registered, and I've been putting it out there everywhere. So it's not that Tracy's not getting the job done. I have been communicating this on all of my platforms. I'm constantly sharing on Instagram stories. I've been sharing throughout the month in my videos, in my Tuesday newsletter, in my Friday newsletter, so it's there. The only thing that may be holding you back is you. And it's a matter of asking yourself why. If I'm not getting the job done and I could use the support, and I know that buying the book, buying into the program isn't going to do anything for me, because our biggest results is in the mind. It's not the diet. All diets work. All diets can deliver results. The reasons we don't stick with them, though, is more about what's going on upstairs, and that is why this is a body and mind reboot, because we have to tap into the mindset. And no better time for you to have the support and accountability that you need. Okay, no more needs to be said. You can watch the video. All of the links are in the description box for you to get all of the information so that you can get registered and take part in this journey. So there you go. I'll be back next Monday, I believe it is, on March 1st, and I will have my monthly motivation, which is always going to be a great message as well. So watch for that, and have a great weekend. I'll see you soon.